Okay. Hey, what's up, you guys? Yes. I don't know why I was scared to film this video. Hi, my name is Marnie, and I like to party.
My name is Rod, and I like to party.
This video is one I feel a little weird making because I almost don't like to acknowledge the fact that Chico has this party school reputation, but it totally does. And let's be real, I've partied a fair amount. So I'm a 5th year student at Chico State. I've been there since 2015. I lived in the dorms my freshman year. I did the full-on like, hey guys, let's get in a group of 30, 25 dudes, 5 girls, and let's go out. They're totally gonna let us in. Which, if you're the 25 dudes, they won't. They'll let in the 5 dudes and maybe like 3 guys, and then that's it. The rest of you are going home.
What's better than this? Guys being dudes.
I meant girls. Because I've done my fair share of good times, I figured that some welcome week party advice was in order. You know, I'm kind of the professional, I guess. The first piece of advice I'll give is going out in a big group. Now, you should always, especially as a woman, travel in a group, not just you alone. You don't want to do that in Chico. Chico's getting less and less safe every year. Travel in a group, but the group shouldn't be over 6 to 8 people. Even that's kind of pushing it. Like, the best is like 4 or 5, but as soon as your group takes up like the whole street block and you look like a big mob of people, that's when getting into parties is going to get less likely to happen for you guys. And number 2, and kind of goes along with that, you're gonna want to travel with at least an equal ratio of men to women, if not more girls than guys. Because these parties are thrown by frats or houses full of boys, and it's easy to get more guys to come to your party. It's the girls that they want to come, because let's be honest, that's the whole point of these college parties for these people. If you're a guy, for example, and you do end up in this pack of 25 dudes and 4 girls, be at the front of the group with the girls. So make sure it's you and the girls at the very front, and they'll let you guys in. And a lot of the guys won't get let in, and they'll try to hop the fence or something like that. Because that's what happened my freshman year. I was at the front of the group with like 2 guys and 3 other girls. We got in, and everybody else behind us got shut off by the big piece of plywood that they have. That's just like the basics of going out, especially as freshmen, because it's just an automatic indicator that you don't know what you're doing and they probably don't want you at their party. Fake IDs do not work in Chico. It's not worth trying. Depending on the bar, it's not like a, oh, we just take it away, or, oh, sorry, you can't come in. A lot of times it's like, we're calling the police. You really don't need to be getting in that kind of trouble, especially because there are so many parties you can just go to and get out that, like, I need to party and get drunk this weekend energy. The bars are full enough. Leave that to the 21 and over year olds. If you already have a fake ID, I wouldn't recommend using it. 2 tips on things to wear / not wear. Chico is a dusty place. It's very dirty, like it's a brown dust. It gets on everything. Wear closed-toed shoes. Don't wear shoes you care about because they will get ruined the second you go out to a party, because a lot of these parties are in dirt backyards. If you wear any open-toed shoe, flip-flops, sandals, whatever, you will get stomped on. You will probably like get a mysterious liquid spilled on you. Sometimes there's broken glass on the ground, and more than anything, you will get Chico feet, which is when it looks like you were just walking around barefoot all day, and it's nasty. Chico has a very casual going out scene. It's not high heels or mini skirts or anything. It's like t-shirts and shorts and shoes. No one really gets dressed up ever. Another thing is, do not wear a backpack. You will not get into parties with a backpack. The police, I feel like, are probably more likely to stop you with a backpack. You're definitely gonna end up in a fight with some bouncer or someone in a house who's like, no backpacks. Listen, just leave the backpack at home. A couple of other things that I found really helpful my freshman year is I would get people's phone numbers and Snapchats and get into like any group text I could and learn people's names at parties, because every weekend you're gonna kind of be like, oh, I wonder what's going on. I want to go out. You're able to text the people that you know, and if you learn people's names or you know whose party it is, when they ask you at the door, who do you know here, you have an answer, and then you get let in without having to be like, the tall guy with the hair. Chico parties don't start until like 11:30, 12. Don't go roaming the streets of Chico at 9 because nothing's happening yet. For some reason, it is a really late party scene. I would say leave the dorms at like 11 because otherwise you're walking into like empty parties where you don't even really want to be. No one's playing music. It's not fun. I have a couple of safety tips and then I have a couple of drinking tips. So Chico is weird because it's kind of safe, but it also isn't. I feel fine if I'm not alone. If I'm alone at night, I don't feel super safe, but it's pretty easy to avoid being alone at night in Chico because you're around all of your peers. If you live in the dorms, you're all going back to the same place. But nevertheless, it's good to have a couple of different things in place so that you can be as safe as possible. So, number one, have your phone completely charged. Do not go out with your phone on 20%. That is not going to end well for you. You're going to lose your friends. You're not going to be able to call them. It's going to be a mess. Have your phone fully charged or like 75% or more and, you know, low power mode so it's not dying by the time that you're like, I wonder where Jake is and you can't find him. Have your phone charged. Bring your phone charger to the pregame if you must. Do not go out without your phone charged. Number two, have Uber and Lyft on your phone already before you go out in case you end up alone somewhere and don't want to walk home alone because, like I said, Chico's getting less and less safe. Have Uber and Lyft if you do get separated from all your friends or if you're like, ugh, I'm tired of this party, I just want to go home and no one will leave with you. Just call yourself an Uber and go home. However, don't be like that girl who got in a Uber and then got murdered. You know, be like, hi, who's the Uber for? And they say your name and then you get in. Use this, please. In general, if you are going to be walking around and it's like a smaller group or if it is just you and you think you're going to be fine, be careful around the train tracks especially and like the creek areas. Those, first of all, like any not well lit street, you kind of want to stay away. The best thing to do is to walk through campus. Even though there are usually police officers on campus, you're gonna want to walk through campus because it's the best lit place to be walking through Chico because you could walk on like the dark side street where you don't know what's gonna happen, or you can walk through the campus. But the train tracks are kind of scary and there's some, what do they call them? Unfavorables over there. I would stay away from the train tracks unless you're just crossing them to get to your destination, but don't walk along them. Women especially, but men are included in this too if you really want to. Invest $10 in a pepper spray. I bought pepper spray, I think on campus my freshman year. I'd never had to use it. I recently bought a new one because I went to a Giants game and they confiscated my pepper spray. Just having the pepper spray brings up your confidence in not getting murdered so much. You probably will never have to use it, but it is super nice to have just in case. My final bits of advice are going to be about drinking in general. I am a lightweight. I always have been. I'm not very good at drinking. Even at 22, you'd think I'd be a seasoned veteran. I'm not very good at it. I like to have like 2 to 4 drinks. Otherwise, like I don't want to ruin my whole next day. Chico has a really strong binge drinking culture, which is fun. I did that my freshman year. I was all in and I really wasted a lot of Saturday and Sunday mornings. So here's the honest advice. If you want to binge drink, you need to be prepared, okay? Eat a good hearty meal a couple of hours before, not right before you start drinking, because that's a mistake too, because then you'll just puke it up even faster. Something good, something with a lot of like carbohydrates, not a lot of fats because it'll upset your stomach. Like mostly carbohydrates, a little bit of protein to really just like settle your stomach when you do consume all this alcohol. I think another good piece of advice, as tempting as it is to not try and match what other people are drinking. Like if you're 6 shots in and the next shot is like gonna make you gag and everyone else is taking another one, just don't. It's not worth it to take that extra shot. Similarly, a lot of girls will like compete and have the tally marks of how many shots they had on their arms. Not really worth it. You both just wake up in the morning with Sharpie marks all over you, not remembering how you got in bed, and not fun. And just kind of be cautious of your surroundings, what you're drinking. One time at a pregame freshman year, someone told me that Bacardi is vodka, which Bacardi is rum. So
that was a fucking lie.
coming into college, you may not know what your limit is. I had only ever had hard alcohol 3 times, maybe 4 times before I came to college, and I didn't really know what my limit was. Be careful the first couple of days, especially the first day. Oh my god, do not be the first person to throw up. Don't be the first person to get an MIP. Know your limit is kind of the point of that. And if you don't know your limit, check in with yourself. If everything's blurry and the room's spinning, you don't need another drink. It's okay if you say, no thanks, I'm really so fine. I really do not need another drink because I'm gonna hurl. Also, don't take drinks and drugs from total strangers at parties, especially. If you're in the dorms and everyone's drinking it, it's way less likely to be dangerous. But as soon as you're out at like a frat party, a bunch of dudes that you don't know, and you're just like a little freshman girl, and someone's handing you a red Solo cup full of something, feel free to be like, no thank you. I'm gonna go get my own drink. Or like, my friend brought a water bottle full of vodka. I'm gonna drink that. It's okay to be like, thank you, but I'm okay. To not, you know, possibly end up the victim of some awful crime. That is not what you want. You do not want to be that statistic. And I truly think that just being rude, or what some may consider rude, I don't consider it rude, because like, hey dude, like you already know that I'm not gonna take that drink from you, because I don't want to die. I don't know what you put in there. Same with drugs, because most drugs actually are not what they are. Last but certainly not least, have a good time. I look back on my freshman year with the fondest memories. My freshman year welcome week was outrageous. It was the most fun I had ever had, and some of the nights I didn't even drink, or I had like one drink and then went out, and those are even more fun because I remember them. It gets a little bit less fun when you black out, to be honest, because then you wake up and you're like, well, I don't know how I got here. So have fun. Please be safe. Don't pee in the streets, even though you'll have to pee so bad. Please pee before you go out. Try to find the bathrooms at parties. If you're peeing out on the street, especially on Ivy, where all of the police are, you will get registered as a sex offender, because urinating outdoors in public is a crime. Additionally, regarding the police, do not bring out, you know, your handle of vodka in this little plastic or glass container. I mean, realistically, it's plastic because you get a Chico. Don't bring that out. The police will see it and they will stop you, and you will get a MIP, or a minor in possession, and you will lose your driver's license for a year, and it just, you have to tell your parents. I'm pretty sure there's a fine. It is not the business. Don't do it.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
If you absolutely have to bring alcohol with you, because let's be real, Chico parties don't really have alcohol at them. Bring your own, or show up already drunk. Plastic water bottle, and fill it up like, I don't know, halfway with vodka, and then squeeze the rest of the air out and tighten the top, and you can like stick it in a pants pocket, and it's kind of like a plastic water bottle flask. I don't condone breaking the law, by the way, but if you're going to, do it smart. Other than that, just remember, you only live once. Don't be the person that jumps off of a roof into the crowd and breaks their legs and needs to have an ambulance called. Don't be the person that gets so drunk that they start throwing up and needs an ambulance called. Use your brain. It's up here. You got into college. Thank you so much for watching. I have a couple other Chico specific college advice videos coming, specifically like for freshmen, and then one just in general regarding like scholarly activities. Look out for those, especially you freshmen. Okay, I see you guys. I remember all of my mistakes from freshman year. Keep a good head on your shoulders. You really do not want to have a run-in with the law or your RA or anyone else. So just try to have a good time. I'll talk to you later.